Hi guys, this is Evil Bobbins. This is an iPhone app review of a game called Peggle. So we'll jump into it and get it going. This game is by PopCap, who makes games like Bejeweled 2 or Plants vs Zombies, if you've seen some of the previous videos. This one's just as addictive as those, if not more so, because this one's more straightforward. So we'll get it loaded and we'll get some gameplay going. So we'll jump straight in here. This is the main menu, so you've got your stats, which is high scores, how many times you've played, how many hours of play you've spent on it, so you can see just how addicted you've been. Options, you've got such things as left-handed play, which flips the game board around, so all the fire controls on the left as opposed to the right, and sound volume controls and things like that. Your replays, where you can save all your favourite shots you've done, so if you've pulled off a really crazy shot you can save it in game and replay it there. You've got one of my favourite features at the top here, which is sign in, sign out. So you can let one of your friends play and it won't affect your gameplay because you can sign them in under a different account. You've got more games just here, and that will jump you into the App Store under the PopCap page, so you can download some of those other apps. Downside to PopCap games, yeah, there is a downside, they're all paid for. This particular app was £1.79. This is the iPad, the iPhone and the iPod Touch version. If there is a HD version for this one, it's going to either be £2.99 or £5.99. As some of the PopCap games are priced similar to that. I don't think there's a HD version of this yet, but there's probably one in the works. But I don't have an iPad, so I'm not going to bother. But the upside to the iPad apps are there's more levels and extra bits. So they've flushed the game out a little bit, rather than just making you pay more for a HD version. They've actually added some extra content, which is quite nice. Then we've got Adventure, just here. This is starting the game at level 1, working your way through each of the worlds. Once you've finished, you can use Quick Play, which is like a level site, so you can go back, replay the early levels with characters you've unlocked late in the game to try and break your high scores. Challenge mode, which is the crazy hard levels, so that'll keep you going for quite a while. And Duel, which is 2-player, but don't get excited, it's not 2 players at the same time on 2 different iPads or iPhones or anything like that. It's one after another on one device. So we'll jump into Quick Play and we'll pick the first level, so I don't give too much of the game away. In Quick Play mode you do get to pick one of the characters, so like I said, you only get Quick Play mode when you finish the game, so you've unlocked all the characters to play as. So I'll stick with the first character, who's got a super move of Super Guide, but I'll go into that a little bit more when we get it. So this is the gameplay board. If we were playing left-handed, it will be switched over, so everything this side will be over here and vice versa. So on the left hand side we've got the menu button, which is the same as the one you see on the main screen, so the same options. Then you've got your amount of balls remaining. The little black part here will fill up with the pegs that you hit. If you get the guide full enough, so if you get it all the way up to the top here, you get a free ball. This button here is fast forward, so if I hold that down you'll see the ball catch at the bottom go at a bit of crazy speed. That comes in handy later on when you've got pegs that move, so you haven't got to wait for them to come around to the right rotations and things like that. Then you've got your current score, your character, and any special moves you've got will be above it. Your high score for the level. In multiplier, this comes into effect the same way as the thing this side does. The more balls you get, the higher your multiplier gets. And if you hit any purples, they accelerate them both. This gold part here is covered up in a minute, so I'll go over that in a second. You've got your aim bar here, so you can move it up and down to aim. You can also hold the game board down like that, move it left and right. You can also double tap for zoom view, and it makes it a little bit more accurate because you have to move it a lot more. You can also fast forward in this view as well. To get back out, you just double tap or hit fire, and it shoots in that mode. So we'll get some shots off. Just before I fire the first one off, you've got the blue pegs, they're standards. The orange pegs are the ones you've got to get rid of. Green pegs are special powers, and purple are bonus points. The purple one moves from shot to shot, so if you see it here on this shot, it'll move on the next shot. So we'll fire that off and see how many we get. You can see the counters moving up on both sides here. That's a bit more to move up this counter. If you get the ball in the carrier here, you get the ball back at the end of it, so we'll fire another one off here. and as you can see, the gold part is now covered by a green part, so if we press that, that'll replay our last shot. So you can play the shot again once it's finished, save the shot, or just quit back out of it. So we'll quit back out, takes us straight back into gameplay. And I'll aim for this green one here. That gives us, on the next, so for our next 3 turns we get a superpower. It varies per character. Sometimes it's three special moves, other times it can just be that one shot. So we filled up the barrier there, and we got an extra ball for that. So now we've got the special move, which is the dotted lines are the original line where the ball will go, and his superpower will let you see where the ball will go once it hits its first target. Like I say, each character's got its own special power, so some are better than others. This one's just quite handy for the start of the game to get used to where the ball will bounce. That was quite good because that went straight back in there. So I'll try and get rid of some of these adjacent ones, so I can show you my favourite part of the game. I don't think I'm going to get it this go, so I've got 6 balls left. You get a little one come on the screen when you've got 3 left. Bonus for lucky bouncer. Right, so this is my favourite part of the level when you actually finish it. They've gone really over the top with the end of level celebration type thing. One thing that is a good idea on this is to try and keep as many pegs as you can on the screen that aren't orange, because you need the orange ones to finish the level. But if you can keep lots of pegs on the table actually in play, when it comes to the end of the level, you get a lot more bonus points for having more on there. Wait, you'll see why in a second. So I'll fire this off, and you can see my favourite part of the game. Just like, so you're hitting these pins here, and you're getting 1,000 points for each pin, as opposed to 100. And then at the bottom it turns into all these different amounts of points. So that was a £50,000 point. The outside's a 10, in the middle one's 100. You can see the game goes a little bit crazy because you get points for the balls left, you get multipliers, it just goes crazy, and you've got the epic music. So yeah, that's Peggle. I'll have a link in the box below for the app on the App Store, so you can install it, give it a go yourself. It's well worth the £1.79. It'll give you hours of enjoyment. If you've got any comments, leave them in the box below as usual. You can hit me up on email, which is evilbobbins@evilbobbins.com, and I'll see you guys later.